I found your crystal.
Good. Very good. But I'm afraid that it's too late. Look around you. There's only a handful of us left. As soon as Black Frost turns his attention to the camp, we are finished. What's the point of wearing myself out to make this talisman for you? We may as well just surrender. You aren't even human anymore. What kind of decisions can we expect a creature like you to make?
So you think that the only thing that counts is the way I look? You forget what I am, and the powers I have. Powers that have let us take down several key players in the Ice Lord's game. I'm sure Black Frost is quaking in his boots at the idea of seeing me show up at his place. But to do that, I need to make progress. And to do that...
I don't understand how you can be so calm with everything that's happening to us. You're right. I'll make the talisman for you. But you should speak to Mathras. He seems to know things we don't about the creatures blocking the road.
I'll be going now. Mathras, got a moment?
My dear?
I want to ask... Did you know that Edwin was really the White Lady the whole time?
Yes, even though I almost didn't recognize her with all that clothing on. You may not believe it, but when she was a young girl amongst the White Lords, she liked to stroll around nearly naked.
How come you never said anything?
Oh, please. It would be a shame to spoil the delightful humor of such a situation.
This Black Frost, have you ever met him before?
It's entirely possible. But if I did, he didn't go by that name in those days. You see, at that time, I found the company of any and all living creatures quite simply unbearable. But of course, I hadn't yet had the pleasure of meeting you. I had decided to move to an area as far away from anyone else as possible. As the desert climate tends to wear out my bodies faster, I opted to move up to the great frozen north. I lived there peacefully in my modest palace for some years, until one day, a small group of people arrived. There were a dozen apprentice sorcerers who called themselves the White Lords. Believe me, in those days, Lord was about the last thing anyone would think of calling them. On reflection, I should have slain them on the spot for having disturbed my peace and stolen some books from my archives. But I was rather bored, and their thefts intrigued me, and so I followed them. I picked up their trail in a city a few towns along. There were quite a few of them at the time, and the locals seemed to like them well enough.
Are you talking about the Ice Lords?
Yes, of course, though they weren't calling themselves that. I watched them for a while, but they were so ridiculous that I quickly grew bored of them. Clearly, managing to steal from my library had been the result of the merest stroke of luck.
And Black Frost?
Doubtless he was one of them. A talentless conjurer who imagined himself a great mage without having any of the abilities to go with the title. Of course, with the passing of time and using my research, they finally managed to achieve their goal. If they're still the gang of megalomaniacs that they were, then they are extremely dangerous.
Why are you still here?
You mean other than the pleasure of being near you? Well, you see, my dear, my curiosity knows no bounds, and you already know I'm immortal. I should think those two reasons would be enough to allow me to be present for the end of the world, though obviously it is my dearest wish that your little plan should succeed. Your transformation is spectacular, and I can hardly wait to see what's next. Know that if the world is not totally destroyed in the next few hours, but that you should fall, I shall be inconsolable. And I shall celebrate your name for hundreds of years. Or for a short while, anyway.
That'll be a real consolation to me once I'm decomposing. Talk to you later.
Captain, that concubine captured other freeborn blades too. Did you find them?
Not yet.
You want me to take care of it?
No. You're the only one I can trust to manage the camp while I'm away. I'll find our men. See you later. The news is not great. According to what I've been able to find out with Mathras, the palace of Black Frost is guarded by another one of his concubines. And it looks like she's too powerful for me to take.
Well, there was never much doubt about that, my sweet, if you'll pardon my honesty. All is not lost, however. As I told you before, if you manage to eliminate the 3 other concubines, the power of the Guardian will be considerably reduced.
While our own power is increased.
That's the plan. If someone wants to come with me, we'll go together and track down these misunderstood love monsters. I'll be counting on the others to guard the camp. It's bound to get pretty hot around here very quickly. Even more so if I mess this up.
I could come with you. I may not be the most powerful being among us, but I do know how to make myself useful. You can trust me to help.
Look, don't take this badly, but I'm gonna need someone a little more experienced for this mission.
I'll go. I'm the best hunter you will find. And I have a score to settle with those harlots.
I'm not sure you're ready for this. Not so soon after the massacre of your brothers.
I am elf enough to make that decision myself.
Fine. Since you seem to have turned your back on all of your friends, it seems it's up to me to step forward.
Don't feel like you're obligated to go.
No, I assure you it should be amusing. So let us continue together. I suggest we begin with the Stalker. Our minds will be at ease.
Here, this object should prove useful to you. I don't know whether it will function perfectly, or even less for how long, but I sort of had to improvise.
Well, thanks, I guess. What does it do?
If it works, the same thing as the pillars, except that you can carry this with you. It minimizes the corrupting magic around you. The concubines and the undead that you will meet will find themselves weakened.
Sounds great. Thanks, Liestas. It's time for me to go do it. Good luck to you here.
Good luck to you.